Of course, what we also have in the Free State, two other things we have: severe heat in December and severe dust storms. And we've already seen an accelerated degeneration rate for our PV modules. PV modules that we've installed 5 years ago already now are operating at 10 to 15% less than the counterparts. And that's just because of the environment that's been exposed to. So we have this jig. It's a 20 watt rectangular PV module that we have connected to a little jig. And what happens is this PV module is moved between 9 different tilt angles. Just use an actuator, we move it to 9 different. So in other words, we keep the orientation angles steady and we just change the tilt angle. Why are we changing the tilt angle? Well, orientation, tilt angle play a major important role in the amount of energy that we can take from a PV module. You're not going to adjust the PV module to look at the sunrise and then leave it there. That doesn't make sense, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have a stationary PV module, you'll always orientate it either due north or due south, depending on which hemisphere you're in. And you'll also try and get it to be at the same angle, tilt angle, as what the latitude is of your orientation, of your site. So here in Mauritius, we might be at, I think it's maybe 20 degrees.
Now 20, yes, 24.
24 degrees, south of the equator. So then you'll have your tilt angle at about 24 degrees. South Africa 29, but as you move closer to the equator, your tilt angle is going to change. And that is all going to do with the energy yield. You don't want to put a PV module up and only get 10% of its power out for the day, ladies and gentlemen. You want to try and get as much as you can. So these factors play a major role in the amount of energy we gain and the amount of energy we lose. You see, we don't want to lose too much. We want to gain as much as possible from the system because, and we've got to be realistic, to install a renewable energy system is not a cheap endeavor. It costs money. So we want to try and benefit the return on investment or maximize that as much as possible. So we are taking this data and we're storing it just in the cloud. It's a Google Drive we're using, which is free and open. There are some challenges, of course, to do that, but we have managed to overcome those challenges in terms of the software and the programming that needs to be done. So this is the system that we have. There you can see we have our module actuator. It's run by an Arduino. I'm not sure if you are familiar with the microprocessor Arduino. You also have the Raspberry Pi. You have a number of other microprocessors, but we went with Arduino. We have our module that just connects onto it. It's a shield. Now, this is noteworthy, ladies and gentlemen. So during the day, we have our solar panel charge our battery. When we want to do the measurement, in other words, we want to now go and measure the 9 different tilt angles, see what the power is out of that module. We disconnect the battery and we connect the module straight to a load. We don't want to have the battery in the system. Why not? Batteries change with time, as we know. They're also 3 to 4, 5 years, and they're gone. Batteries are redundant and they need, or not redundant, they're useless. They've got to be replaced. So they degrade much faster than the module. Also, one battery to another can have significant variations. So we want one module and we want one load, and that's it. We don't want any other variables, so that we can really determine the reliability of our results and the validity. We don't want to be able to think maybe it's this variable that's impacting or maybe it's that variable that's having influence. The less variables you have, the more you are convinced of the validity of your data. So when we do our measurements, and that's about every 10 minutes we move our module through 9 different tilt angles. For each tilt angle we take a current and a voltage measurement, and from that we can determine the amount of power yield or energy yield that we have. So there's the jig. I'll show you a little video just now. Very simple. Doesn't take much space. It's about 1 square meter by 1 square meter. That's all space we need. But again, this is empirical data which is put onto a cloud which anybody can access from anywhere in the world as long as there's internet connectivity. And I can see what's going on my research site, and I can now go and compare this to simulation data. I can compare it to a design of a PV system, and I can see really whether the design of the PV system or the simulation data is trustworthy, because I've got empirical data. So our research site's latitude, let's just go back there. It's there it is, 29 degrees. So we go 5 degrees to the left and we go 5 degrees to the right. That's what makes our 9 tilt angles. Why 5 degrees? Well, research shows that we should be within plus 15, minus 15 of your research site's latitude. That's where you should be for a good panel to be installed. So we've chosen 5-degree differences. And then we started collecting September 2018, and the jig is still running at the moment. We're just presenting the initial results.